Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here. So today I'm back. So we've already made these 4 cards using the Love from Lizi kit. So I'm back to make another 6 cards. So we've done our 10 cards, 1 kit. So in the first video we did make this gorgeous slimline, and then we've made these 3 A6 cards, which are just absolutely beautiful. I love this kit. So let's pop them to one side. So I have quite a lot left of my kit. These stamps, however, they were all extra, so they're going to be separate videos, so they can go off to the side. But I have kept in the same peel-offs that we were using in the first one. I've got the dies and stuff, and like I said, I don't think I'm going to use the dies because there's so much to use within this kit that yeah, I just want to use it all. So card bases, so I'm going to just do another 6 of this size and try. I think they're going to all very much be the same actually, which yeah, I'm going to start off I think with this one. I like this. Oh, do you know what, do we have to add a backing paper? I don't think we do. I think we could get away with just a little bit of ink blending. So let's bring my board in. Okay, and let's grab a brush, if I can find my purple one. There it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around the whole edge of this with my wilted violet, because I don't think you need to have, you don't have to have a backing paper. So I think let's do it without. So this is just what's coming to me as I'm crafting away. So all the way around like so. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. Right, now it's not the perfect, I'll do, it's not perfect blending, but that is fine. But I don't want to get finger marks into it either, so yeah, I'm not very good at ink blending. I give up quite halfway through because it hurts my arms, but yeah. Okay, so let's, I quite like that. Do you know what, I want to add some Dusty Concord in as well. So this is actually my Distress ink. So that was oxides, and then I'm going to spray it with water. So it's going to be like quite a patchy background actually. Why not? Let's just go for it. Let's just see what happens. So yeah. Okay. So just like that. Oh, I'm liking that. So nice. It is patchy like I said, but I am liking it. Where's my water spray? So I'm just going to do that and then grab my rag and take that water off. Oh, I like it. I really like it. Okay, so that is our card base all done. Oh, that is gorgeous. Really, really nice. So I'm liking that. And then this tag, I'm liking the idea of having that tag on. We do have some ribbon. So I'm thinking this ribbon here. So let's open that off. I've actually just noticed the time and I'm supposed to be doing tea. But why would you do tea when you can craft? Right. Scissors. Let's get them out. Okay, so, and then what I'm going to do is let's pop that through here. So the holes on these are really good. Before I do it properly, let's get rid of those 2 pips up there. Okay, bring that through. Okay, like that. And then I'm just going to, oh, perfect. And then I'm just going to go along and get rid of all the pips on the sides of these, because that will just annoy me. Okay, one there, And there's one there. I thought I got those ones, but never mind. Okay, so that's what we've got. And as you can see, it is blending into that background just a little bit. But we can soon deal with that. So what I think I'm going to do is let's matte it. I'm thinking of matting it up on some green. I wonder if this will be, yeah. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. So I'm going to mat this up on here. Right, okay, so let's, what did I do with my glue? Oh, the joys. There it is. Right, I've left the little pin out, so I don't know if this is going to work. Hopefully it is. Yes, it is. Awesome. So yeah, so I'm going to just mat and lay this up. I'm thinking actually take that out because I'll have to put another hole in so it goes through together. Otherwise it's just not going to sit right, and we want it to sit right, don't we? Okay, so I'm going to just pop that on there like that. Okay, and then we're just going to cut that out just around there, and I'm not sure why, but there's some pips along this side. There we go. And look at that. I mean, doesn't that just stand out so much better? And then let me grab my hole punch. We're just going to punch that out and then put our ribbon back through. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to cut that top bit off because it is going to be covered anyway, so we don't really need it. So I'm just going to pull that out through. Okay, so just like that. There. And there we have it. How gorgeous is that? So I'm going to pop that on there. I think I wanted to add, I'm thinking I want to add some peel-offs in actually. Just across. So let's do that. So I'm going to go with all three. No, that doesn't fit on there. Okay, so I want one big one. So I'm going to go with all three sizes. Let's, I don't know if you can hear that, but the lady is behind me and she is snoring. So that is so cute. Right, come on, just lining it up on my mat the best I can. Okay, now I'm going to pop this card underneath underneath a book. She's so noisy. Wow, lady. Oh, bless her. Okay, so there's that one. Yes, I'll pop this underneath a book because obviously it has, oh actually I don't want that piece. Let's use that piece next to it. So that it lays flat. But the reason why it has sort of gone up the way that it has is because we sprayed the water on it and it's not watercolour cardstock, so yeah. And then just one of the little ones. So let's pop that on, and there we go. Okay, so there's that done. I'm just going to trim down there. Right, okay, so I just think it adds just a little bit more detail down. Yeah, I like that. So let's stick this down. So I might actually raise it up. So let's grab some dimension, and when I say dimension I mean cardboard. Okay. Oh, look at that, perfect. And then let's stick this down. I'm making sure to put plenty of adhesive down, and this will help keep it flat as well, see? So that really actually works wonderfully. And then I'm just going to cut these, so like so. Oh, there we are. So just like that, and then underneath there I'm going to put a dab of glue so that they don't, that doesn't come undone. And then the last thing we're going to add to this one is, where's our sequin mix? I think we should add some of the gorgeous butterfly sequins, because I think that will be really, really nice, and yeah, just adds a little something else, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm going to add a couple of the sequins as well. Oh, I like them. So if we put that one there and that one, say there, I just want a couple of the sequins just to dot around. So, oh, there we go. Perfect. I've got a heart one, so that can go there, I think. And then these ones can just sort of, it's just really to make the background look a little prettier. Yeah, right, I'm liking that. So I'm liking how that looks. So let's stick them down, and then there's our first card finished. So yeah. Okay. There we are. So I am concentrating. And then let's do this side. And the butterfly. Oh, don't turn. Last one. Okay. So, oh, actually I want one more up there and one there. I've just noticed we have two here, so one and one. There we go. Excellent. Right, so there we have it. That is our first card done. Isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? So card number one is finished. So let's go on to our second card. So for our second card, I think I'd like to use, I don't know, what do I want to use? Let's use some pattern paper. Okay. Oh, I like that one, and I need a background-y one. Background one? Yeah, right, okay, so let's do that. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick it down straight away, and then we'll cut around it so we get a lovely fit. Okay, so like that. Okay, and then cut this bit off, and it can be used on another card. Get rid of that. Right, okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some tearing, because we haven't done some tearing in a while, so I'm going to just rip that, and I'm going to rip it down this side, so it's going to make a nice central panel on our piece. So just like that. Oh, I like that. So let's get that glued down. Okay, making sure to put plenty of glue on. Oh, so I'm just going to line up that edge. Well, just go over it ever so slightly. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim that, because that's got like, oh, what do you call it? Well, it's little tabs on. for some reason. I don't know why the paper's got tabs on, but it does. Right, okay, so there is that. I mean, doesn't that just look beautiful? Now, I'm liking this ribbon, this with Love one, and I'm actually tempted to use this as our, what do you call it? Our sentiment. So, yeah, I think that would work lovely. I mean, in theory, we could just have one piece. But, yeah, we're going to have that going across the bottom. So that's our sentiment. Okay, so just put in plenty of glue down for this because I don't want it to come up at all. And then we're just going to line that up. Okay. Right. Leave that to dry for a moment. I think I've got the hiccups. And then, where are they? We did have some stickers. Here they are. So I'm thinking that we just add these stickers on. Come on, open them. If I can. There we go. So we have one there. And then use the second stickers. I wish we'd got like more of these, like, you know, like a full pack of these, because I think that would have looked, would have been fabulous. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I like that. Right, so I'm just going to cut these off like so, because like I say, we don't need those little bits. And then last but not least, I am thinking that we just add some hearts on. So, yeah, I think so. Oh, I need to get my tweezers out for these, really. There we go. Where's, oh, let's see if I can use this. Okay. Oh, lovely. And then I'm just going to, oh, I think I need to change my knife because it looks like the end snapped off. So the blade of my knife, so I'll have to go ahead and sort that out. Okay, so that's no good, is it? Oh, there we go. Oh, I love that. That is so simple, but yeah, it is so cute. I love. Right, okay. Oh, I'm really enjoying myself. Ooh, really enjoying it. Right, okay. Next one. Let's have a look. Let's see what else we can create. Oh, we've got some gorgeous, gorgeous bits and pieces. So let's have a look at the papers. What do we have? I'm liking that green butterfly one, but I'm liking... oh, what about if we do that? So yeah, I quite like that. So what I'm going to do is we're going to we're going to put the butterflies down one side, and then on the other side we're going to pop on the floral one. So I've made sure there's plenty of, what do you call it there? Glue. So there's that. And then what I'm going to do, let's line that up so we get it straight, or as straight as we can have it. Ooh. Oh, this is the only downside. It dries super, super quickly, this glue, so it doesn't give you much leg room. So let's put some more glue down. Well, not leg room, but wiggle room. I'm just going to pop that there, and we're just going to go from that one to that one. Make sure that we've got it as straight as possible. So there's that side, and then I'm going to stick that one on there, and we're going to put a peel off it down that central piece. So hopefully it's definitely straight. So I've tried to keep it as straight as I can. Yeah, that looks straight, doesn't it? That looks really cool. Okay, I just need to trim across the bottom of here, and then oh, there we go. So loving that. I think that looks gorgeous. I'm going to actually use this peel off. So these ones are not from Love from Lizi, but you can get this sort of style from her. So it's just what is in my stash. Okay, so there is that. Oh, I like that. And then I think we'll have one of the, I don't want that one that we've already had, I think. So I like to use up. What about that one? Yeah, I like that. Okay. I do want to layer it. We do have some, if I can find it. Oh, do I want to layer on the pink? I was thinking the pink or the silver foil, but actually I'm thinking both. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with both. Right, so first of all, let's get rid of all these pips before we start. So I'm just going to go all the way around like so. Okay. And then, right, so then I'm going to glue this one down onto, I think I'm going to do the silver actually between this and the pink, and have the pink on the back, so just on there like so. And then I'm just going to get rid of that bit. So we've actually nearly used up all of the mirror cardstock, which is really cool. So I'm going to go all the way around, because I do think matting and layering can also make a difference as well, especially when you've got quite a lot of busy patterns on top of each other. It helps just split those designs up. Get rid of that, because yeah, I was sort of going offline with it. So to do this, my advice would be to go slow, take your time, because it really isn't a rush at all. Okay. Yeah. Right. Oh, that's not very good up at the top, is it? Yeah, that'll do. And then, yeah, and then let's pop it on some pink cardstock. So this glue is running out. Okay. And then I'm just going to cut that off and use that on another bit, and then I'm just again going slowly around, trying to keep the same amount. And it's not going to be perfect because I am doing it by hand, but if you, I mean, if you've got dies, then by all means use your dies to do it. I do have dies, but I tend not to use them much on my channel. I'm starting to do more videos with dies, but I just think for those people who don't actually have a die machine, I think it's nice to show them that you don't have to have the dies to do it. You can do things by hand. It's just all about patience and about taking your time with things. You know, don't just rushing into it. I mean, that is not perfect at all, but I still think it looks lovely. And look at that now. Doesn't that just look gorgeous? So let's stick that down. So yeah, so it is about patience when cutting around, but you know, you're not limited to what dies you have, or if you do or you don't have a die cut machine, you're limited to what you believe you can do, I suppose. And then we do need a sentiment. I'm wondering whether to do one of the sentiments off here or just, so I'm going to take this out. because that's the last one. Let's have a look what other sheets we have. Oh, there, perfect. I want that love one. So, and I think what I'm going to do is actually mount this as well. But do I want to do it on both, or do we just want to do it on the pink? Oh. I think just the pink. So let's grab the pink cardstock. And again, I'm just going to plenty of glue on so that I know it's all adhered down. So just like so, and then we're going to mat and layer it. Right, okay. So I'm going to start off by doing the outlines first. They are really noisy, my dogs. I don't know if you can hear them, but they are terrible. They're really snoring away behind me. Yeah, so I'm starting off with the straight edges, and then I'm coming in to do these round edges. There we go. And again, it just makes a massive difference. So yeah, perfect. Pop some dimension on and some glue. Make sure it's the right way. And then I think to finish this card off, I'd like some little hearts. So I'm thinking that we can have one there and one there. Yeah. And then one just, oh, why have you gone under there? This is why you need tweezers. Okay. And then one there. So just for a little added interest. So there is card number 3. Okay, so let's get on to our next card. So this card, I'm going to actually go with a green background, I think. So I'm going to cut this down to 5 3/4 by 4, and actually I should be able to make 2 like that. So there we go. So we'll do 2 with the green backgrounds. So I'm going to have that one on, and then I'm going to bring in this absolute gorgeous like plum colour. This is going to be 5 1/2. So measure that off at 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. I just want to, I don't know if that's straight or not. Now it is. So just to add in a little, another layer. So there's that, and then let's come in with this paper. So this I'm going to do at 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. So just lots of matting and layering on that one. So just keeping it as simple as that. So let's stick all of these layers down. Okay. And we are going to have a slight white border all the way around. So there's that layer. And then I'm going to stick this layer down. Okay. And pop that on. Like so. And then let's pop this layer on as well. and then let's pop that on. So this one is lots of layers. Okay, then I think what I want to do is I want to have the tag on, and then I'd like to have wishing you. Yeah, I'm loving that. Right, I'm just going to take all of these out because they can be used on other cards. And I think what I might do as well is let's back that tag onto some green cardstock. Okay, so I'm thinking either green actually, or that colour. That colour. Right, so I'm just going to cut all the tabs off first, like so, and then just along that bottom, and then I'm just going to take that bit out, glue this down like that, making sure that that is nicely even on that side. And the reason why I'm doing that is because this little bit we might be able to use on something else. Okay, so just like that. I'm going to pop a hole in, and then we do need some ribbon. So I think, actually, do you know what? Let's go with this green ribbon. This green ribbon's lovely. So yeah, I'm going to go with that. Get rid of that bit with the sticky tape on. Okay, and then bring this up, and I'm just going to cut them down, which is perfect. Excuse me. And I'm just going to put some glue under there, just to keep all of that together, because we don't want that to come off. And then that's just going to sit on there like that, but let's raise it up. So take that off. Okay, and then let's do the same. So we're doing it very similar to the other one, except we've put lots of layers, so we haven't done our own background for it. We have done lots of layers on it instead. Right, just getting rid of all of the bits again. And you know, I was thinking, do we want to, do you know what, let's just do it. It's not quite straight there, so see, so by putting that to the edge, we've managed to use this little bit for something else. How awesome is that? Okay, right, and I'm going to keep this bit flat. Okay, so just like that. And then the last thing I want to do is, first of all, let's get rid of these bits of paper. I'd like to bring in some of these silver circles. So yeah, oh, stuck on me, because I think they add so much to it. So they're like really these little circles are like using gemstones, not gemstones, sorry, like rhinestones, but yeah, without the dimension. Thought, oh, isn't that gorgeous? So there is our next card. Right, 2 left to go, and then we're not doing too bad actually. We're just under 40 minutes, so we're doing a lot better than we did with the first card. Right, okay, so next card, we're using this green base again on our card, and then this time I think I want to add some of this gorgeous paper on. But what I'm going to do is I want to have it as a little border just going across, just like that. So that's what we're going to do. So let's glue that down. So to about there. Okay, let's move that a second. And we're going to stick that on there. Ensure that it's all straight. Okay, so there's that. Let's cut that off and we can use that in something else, because we have these bits here which I'm thinking of using. I mean, how nice is that? And then we just have a couple of butterflies on. Yeah, oh, I'm liking that. Right, okay. So I want to bring in some of the peel-offs because I just want to go across it here. Now, I'm going to come in actually with my gorgeous hot pink ones. And I know that I'm having the love just across there, so this doesn't need to reach the whole thing. So, oh, I'm just going to do that there, and then make sure that does there. And then I need one to go right the way across here, like so. Okay, and then there's that one. Okay, right, so now that I've got them on, I'm going to stick this down to my card base. Go over. Oh, I just have to trim that off. There we go. Right, so bringing in my card base. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm just going to get rid of all of the tabs off these. And as I do, we'll glue them down. So that's going to sit there. Okay, like so. Oh, I like that. I really like that. And then, yeah, this one. So by splitting these up and not doing the decoupage, you can really get a lot more for your money. I love being able to get more out of things. And it's such a beautiful kit. You want it to go stretch as far as you can possibly stretch it. So, okay. Right, I'm going to raise this up, but I'm wondering whether or not to actually yeah, I'm wondering whether to mat it onto like a square of cardstock or something. Or just cut around it. I think that might work, because when I'm looking at it, the green's just blending into the background, and I really don't want that to blend in. So we're going to fussy cut around that. So I'm just going to get rid of that bit, and then hopefully this won't look too bad. We will get it quite nice, hopefully. But I just want it to stand out just a little bit more, so that's why I've sort of put this cardstock on, because the background to this piece is green and we're using a green background. So yeah, the alternative is to use something else, but I really wanted to use this one. So, and then around here, there we go. I mean, look at that. Look, it's so much better, isn't it? It stands out so much more. Right, okay, let's raise this up as well. So I've got a little bit of card here. So this is going to actually need two pieces, because this is quite a thin cardboard. So Right, and then I'm just going to stick that there like so, and then we've got these butterflies which I am going to give some shape to, and they're just going to sit along here. I think one up at the, maybe one there, yeah. So just like that. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is we're going to bring in our hearts. I'm going to have them coming down here. Oh no, we're not. It's gone wonky, so I'm going to change that up and just have it so it's like a little cluster of 3. So just like that there, and then we're going to have a little cluster here of 2. So, oh, why would you do that? Okay, there we go. Right, perfect. So there we have our 5th card. So we're now on to our last card. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. Absolutely love it. So let's go do our very last card. So I'm just going to sort of tidy this up a little bit because it's everywhere. Right, we don't need those. Keep them bits because you never know when you might need them. So they'll just go in the pack with my with all my pieces ready to be used on something else. Because like I said, I don't like wasting, so I like to try and use as much as I can. Right, let's have a look. Let's see what papers we've got left that we can use for our background. I like that pink. Ooh. So we could do that down the centre. Oh, I'm liking that idea. No, with maybe that for the outside, and to save some paper what we'll do is we'll just cut off a couple of strips of it. So I think that would look nice. Okay. So just check and see what else, because there might be something else that will go quite nice. No, I'm liking the mermaid tail one. And then that's just some white cards. So let's see what we've got. So no, what about if we use that one up? Yeah, I think so. So what happens if use this like so? I'll keep that green bit in. It does come out, but I think we'll keep it in, put the butterfly on and use the Just For You. Oh, I like that idea. Right, I'm going to take all of these out. Do you know what? I think I want to do that as a 6x6 card because I think that looks absolutely gorgeous. So let's do that. So let me get a 6x6 base if I have any. Because I have, yeah. Oh, I've only got the gatefold ones. Yeah. Right, okay. Let's, this won't do a 6x6 one, will it? No. Right. Oh, I really do want to do it as a 6x6 because it looks gorgeous, but they are not to be. So what I'm going to do, only because I can't, I'm going to have to open a new pack and I can't get to them just this moment. So yeah, never mind. Right, okay, so let's do this size. So what I'm going to do is grab my trimmer, because like I said, we don't want to use all of this up, and I'm just going to do a 2-inch strip and pop that over there. So that is going to glue onto there, and then I am going to measure this. So this is, let's do it at 2.5. Okay, that's 2 1/2, so I want this to be 2 3/4. Right, so let's stick this down onto our piece. Okay, and we're just going to stick that down like so. Okay, then that could go there and that could go there. Perfect. Right, absolutely perfect. So I'm going to glue this down. I'm just going to glue it down to the edge here. I'm just going to have it off ever so slightly because it has got like tabs at the ends, and then we're just going to glue this just to the side. Now I do want to put some peel offs on these. I'm going to do the silver ones, but because this needs cutting down to size, I'll put them on once it's gone onto our card. So I'm just going to line that up with that edge and stick that down. Oh, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Right, let's come in and let's trim everything down. So like so, and then okay, so there we have it. How gorgeous is that? Right, we'll keep that because you never know what that can come in handy for. We can use it as a matting for one of the sentiments. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to take the tabs off these, and then I'm going to grab my peel offs and we're going to put some silver peel offs on. So just so this is ready to stick down. Okay, so what I'm going to do, that's going to go there like that. So I want let's do the thinnest width of the peel offs. Okay, and then let's do down here. Okay, so there's that, and then I need one full sheet. Oh, it's the only problem, they don't stick very well to this once you take them off, but they stick amazing to the paper. Okay, come on, there we are, you were stuck to the top. Right, and then I'm going to go all the way up to the top on this side as well. There we go. Now if I had any left, or if I had enough left, I would use the mirror paper for that, but unfortunately, oh actually, yeah, I would have done. I would have had enough. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to have that there. So we do need to have a little bit of card underneath that bit there, so let's go, right. Okay, I'm just going to stick this down because it is hanging off that edge. Okay, so, and that's going to sit there like that. So let's glue that down. Like I say, that centre comes out, but I want to keep that centre because I really like the green. So I think it's really nice. So there we go. So there's that. Let's get rid of these tabs. Okay. Like so. Yeah. I was supposed to be doing tea, but yeah, that's not going to happen, is it, right now? Oh, I'll sort something out. I always do. Right, okay. And then let's give this some dimensions. I'm just bringing those wings up. So let's put some glue on, and that's just going to sit in there like that. Okay, so that is that. Oh, I like that. Weren't we going to have something else? I think we were, weren't we? I can't remember what now. but I'm liking that you're lovely. And I think, so let's take these off, all these tabs. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of this down, just double check that, yeah, maybe a little bit less. Okay, so that's going to go there, and then, oh, much better. And then we're going to glue this down. Oh, I like that. And then we've got these absolute gorgeous acrylic flowers, so we are going to have them on like that. Oh, that is so beautiful. Oh, I love it. Right. Oh, yeah, absolutely loved it. So I will pop them in a folder to be put with. But let's have a look. Oh, that was it. I was going to put the just for you on. Oh well, we can use that in another video, can't we? So it's all good. Right, okay, so let's have a look at the cards that we've made today. So here they are, and I just think they all look so beautiful. I'm really, really pleased with them. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and it's given you some inspiration, especially if you've received this kit. If not, I hope it's given you some inspiration on card designs. You know, just doing something a little different, so like creating our background there. I'm going to leave it there and say thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and what I'm going to do is quickly bring in the other cards that we made. So here they are. So those are my 10 cards for this kit. How cool is that? Isn't that just awesome? I think they're all so beautiful. Right, I'm gonna go, guys. Thank you again for watching. Please do subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hopefully we'll see you very soon in another video. But until then, do take care and happy crafting. Bye.